Hello, AJ.
Hello, Mo.
Hi, it's been a while.
It has. It has been a while.
It's been so long. You've grown a little goatee.
I have a little mustachio, and goatee, and what's the one under your lip? Is that a goatee as well?
No, that's the Flavor Saver.
Oh, the Flavor Saver. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Actually, very popular around the time of the song we are going to bring on the couch today. But before we do, I should introduce this. Because I
thought I was the one for, spoiling the, just bringing to the spoils too early.
Yeah, spoiling the song too early. No, that was me today. Nearly, and we haven't let you in entirely on what the song is. But before we do, we don't want to get sideline Sally crabby. So I better introduce the episode. AJ, welcome to another episode of Songs on the Couch.
Sitting down, we're talking out, breaking it down, songs on the couch. Music and minds, we'll figure it out, laughing and learning what it's all about. On the couch.
Here we are.
You know, I have to say something. Yeah, I feel like the last probably like 5 or 6 episodes, you've started with, I don't want to get sideline Sally crabby. Welcome to Songs on the Couch. I feel like it's pretty much that's pretty much like the intro now. Like we got to include sideline Sally and her not cracking the shits before we introduce the show.
I know, and I think that we really need to tell the listeners and our favourite listener, Dale, we are not bringing this podcast to you from a gulag. Sideline Sally is not our overlord.
No,
we
that's
are not.
right. Well,
we're not afraid of her.
Under my thumb.
We are just under Sideline Sally's thumb. We just do what we're told.
That's it.
Right, we just got to make life easier for Sideline Sally.
Well, yeah, because if we don't, these episodes won't come out and you won't be able to listen to us or see us, and
right.
None of this will happen.
None of this will happen, and our a lot of listeners. A lot of it's just so exciting. I can't get it out. Is that we've had a lot of listens lately, which is exciting because we thought we were like talking to no one.
Yeah.
Out there. So to Dale and the other however many thousand listens that we've had, thanks Dale. You were the OG man.
You are, yeah. Number one. But we've had 4,000 listens, downloads since we've started this show. So
that's golf clap for us. Yeah. That's incredible.
4,000. I wasn't expecting that. By a couple of hundred maybe, but no, 4,000. Well done.
To be honest, I wasn't even in it for the listens. I was just in it to shoot the shit with you, mate, about psychology and songs.
Talk about our favorite artists and music.
Yeah, well, sometimes not our favourite.
No,
we've got to listen. It's got to be, the Licorice All Sorts. We've got to, challenge ourselves to listen to tracks that we don't necessarily like. Like, what was one that we haven't liked? Are we far enough into the podcast that we can like reflect and have some nostalgia?
I think so. Yeah.
Is this?
Well, we didn't like My Chemical Romance. That was a
We didn't like that, did we? No.
And there's some where you have not liked, but I've loved, and I've not liked, but you have loved.
So we have to just keep a variety of music flowing, to keep the old noodle ticking over, keeping our critical thinking going. You've got to listen to some songs that you don't like and analyse them. You've got to learn about things that you don't like, because
got to step outside this square box that we're currently, broadcasting from.
That's right, because stepping outside the box is the seed of critical thought, and we want to be critical thinkers in the world. We don't want to be sheeple.
No.
Do we?
No.
No. Was that a bleat or a sheep bleat?
Yeah, it was a sheep bleat, yeah.
Was it a bar?
Yeah, it was a bar, yeah.
Okay. Didn't really sound like a bar. Sounded more like a roadrunner.
No, Roadrunner's meep meep.
No, that's the cartoon Roadrunner.
What you've heard like what a real life Roadrunner sounds like, and they sound like a.
To be honest, I've only recently heard what a real life Roadrunner sounds like through. There's this little kid whose mum is posting him on Instagram, and he does bird noises.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
we digress. We've gone from critical thought to farmyard animals.
Yeah. And to Roadrunners who. Actually, until you said that now, I thought Roadrunner was just a cartoon fictional character, but I didn't know it was an actual bird, and it was actually called Roadrunner.
Yeah, mate.
I did not know that.
This is why we've got to keep listening to songs that we don't like.
This is true.
And critically thinking about
it.
all things in the world.
Well, what you go on? Do your best sheep impression then. What would?
Do I have to? All right.
Yeah.
Isn't a sheep? Bah.
That's what I did.
I don't know. It didn't sound like that to me.
Okay, I probably rolled my R's a little bit more.
It doesn't sound like a sheep.
All right.
It sounds like.
Comment below if you watch out. Who sounded more like a sheep? Go out to your local farms, listen, record the sheep, listen to them.
Yeah, it's not like we get a lot of exposure to farm animals living in the city, though. So we probably haven't internalized what they actually sound like.
I know goats scream. Like, they don't, they like, "Ah!" Like that's what goats do. Like,
they do scream a little bit.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah. We digress to farmyard animals.
and this has no correlation to this song at all, does it?
It really doesn't.
It's really like,
It really doesn't. I don't even know how we ended up here, but here we are.
because you called us sheeple.
We don't want
outside
to be
your box. Don't be
Yes,
sheeple.
that's right. We're talking about how sometimes it's important to expose yourself to things that you think you might not like so that you can critically analyze them and have reasons and, kind of substance and an argument for why you don't like something, instead of an arbitrary response like, I don't like that. Why don't you like that? I just don't like that.
Yeah.
Well, tell me why you don't like that. What's that about? Where does that come from?
I just don't. What's it to you? I just don't like it.
I just don't like it. Well, we need to critically think about it and give some evidence and some weight to our position of not liking things. Like the My Chemical Romance song, that felt to me like a bit of a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
It just
yeah.
it just felt chaotic. And I suppose that was, the what underpinned the song.
It was the intention of the song.
Was the intention of the song.
And it worked.
But, if we go a little bit further, yes, it did work because it felt like a bit dysregulating to my nervous system. It felt a bit chaotic and confusing. And I don't often like to, I can tolerate it, but I don't often like to feel chaos or confusion. So... Anywho, we're not here.
My question to you now is,
Go ahead.
Where do you sit on this song that we're doing right now, which we still haven't told the listeners about?
We haven't, but I'll tell you my opinion. Well, it's a catchy tune. I mean, when you suggested this song, I think it was an earworm for me. I think I was singing it in my head for days. And, like, every time I sang the chorus, I was doing a little harmony part, just taking turns on the different harmonies of the chorus. So it's catchy, and I kind of really never thought about the deeper meaning of it.
It's a hidden gem of the 2000s.
It's a hidden gem of the very, 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 very early 2000s.
Like the cusp of 1999 to 2000.
Yeah. Right. I love it. I think it's a great song. And how many years ago was that? That was 26 years ago. So I was 26 years younger, which makes me early 20s then. Yeah, I think I felt like the lead singer of this band was very handsome.
Yeah, probably.
Back then.
I was in year 8, so whatever that is, 14.
Oh my. Wow.
14.
Wow, 14. I think I was 2 years. No, not 2 years. I was like 8 years out of high school.
Wow.
So we're showing our age difference there, aren't we? But anyway.
We don't look it, though. We don't look it.
No, we don't. No, we don't look it, No. Well, why don't we tell the good listeners?
Oh, yes.
Why don't we stop?
Yes.
Why don't we stop mucking around
So bang around.
with our sheep?
Yeah. Stop being a
Sheeple.
sheeples.
Yeah.
All right, so the song is Drive by the band Incubus from 2000. Well, released as a single in 2000, but the band has obviously been together since the mid to late 90s. I was going to say 80s, but 1990s.
1990s. What a tune. Catchy.
Yeah,
Catchy tune.
and so simple. Such a just simple guitar, lo-fi drums, bass, scratch records, which we'll talk about why hip hop scratch records, and you know the
Twas the style at the time.
it was the style. If you didn't have a hip hop record, DJ, that's the word I'm trying to look for. A DJ in your band, you know, you weren't.
Yeah, you
doing
weren't
it right.
legit. You weren't
No.
early 2000s legit.
We weren't early 2000s new metal legit.
New metal. So that's the genre we're looking at here with the Incubus team is new metal.
New metal. Not new metal, new metal. N-U.
New metal.
New
New metal.
New metal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
New metal.
New metal.
Okay.
Yeah. But this song I don't put in a new metal category.
It feels too pop for me.
It's very acoustic pop. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sudden shift of gears from what they were doing before to what they were then doing moving forward. After.
Oh, really? Okay, so tell me. I mean, have you got any interesting tidbits?
I do have some interesting tidbits.
Tell me.
So it came out in 2000. Recorded in North Hollywood, Los Angeles. So Incubus, which
Are they an LA band?
from California. They're from California or LA. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Which I was like, to me, California, and I must be just. This is my old school, loving old school music. Or when I say old school, like old music, is like California surf music, surf bands, stuff like that. No, California is pretty much like Seattle to grunge, California is to new metal. All the new metal bands came out of California. I was like, why would these guys be doing like from California and being a new metal band? But then I'm like, okay, which bands were at the time were coming out of California? And you got Korn, you got System of a Down, you've got like Linkin Park, you've got all the new metal bands.
And didn't we have a little bit of earlier, like Guns N' Roses, and because I think and Red Hot Chili Peppers? Did you just mention them, or did I just think of them in my head?
You mentioned them.
Oh, did I? Okay, okay. I thought that I'd said it out loud when I thought it.
I did. No, you kind of went red, and then you just stopped.
Oh, did I? Okay, so a lot had come out of LA, California.
Yeah.
But
Before then.
around this time, still a significant amount of bands.
Yeah, you had Korn, you had Deftones, you had Papa Roach, you had Linkin Park, you had POD or Pod, System of a Down, Hoobastank, Static X, Rage Against the Machine were probably the OG like new metal band. Yeah. So like heaps of bands came out for that genre came out of California. So I'm like, oh,
So
okay.
there's something in the sunshine and the water there in California that's helped grow and make these bands blossom. Right. Okay. Well, that's a nice crowd to be amongst for the Incubus fellas.
Yeah.
Is all of those new metal bands.
New metal bands. And they started really young. They were all teenagers when they started, which is the classic, you know, garage band teenagers, then became were instantly found, and then that was it, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. Is that their story? Were they instantly found, or did they?
No. I think it was just that when they were just teenagers when they began to, you know, develop their sound, and eventually became, you know, working hard, and they eventually became popular.
Right. Okay. That's the Incubus boys.
Yeah.
I take it they were all boys.
They are all boys. Yeah, no females in Incubus.
No females in that band. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, part of the new metal crowd.
Mm-hmm. Now, when we talk about like new metal, we have to talk about, so band, if you're, prerequisites of being in a new metal band, you had to be heavy. You had to have a DJ that played, like hip hop scratch records.
Yeah.
You had to almost have like rap lyrics.
Yes.
But not quite rap lyrics. Like it was this mixture of hip hop meets metal, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like Linkin Park had rap normal and then like hip hop, like DJ with it, and then heavy music combined.
And roots in sampling, some sampling
Samples,
sort of stuff.
Yeah.
With the DJ.
Yeah.
Sort of set the samples to integrate it. Right. Okay.
Same with Incubus. What other bands at that time had that mixture? I can't think of their name. Fred Durst. What was that? What was his band?
Limp
Bizkit. That's it. Yeah, they were another
Bizkit.
one.
Yes.
It was like, I feel like that was the prerequisite. It's like, have we got a DJ? Yes. Can we play heavy metal? Yes. Can we play hip hop? Yes. Okay, let's. We're now a new metal band. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I am taken back suddenly to like, I don't know, the MySpace era, but I feel like this was before MySpace,
Way before MySpace,
of course.
yeah.
But then did nu metal kind of like transition into that like emo metal? Like, was that adjacent? Was that a little bit adjacent?
Yeah.
Did we kind of like graduate into a bit of emo?
You know what? I think people were sick of like the post-grunge, alternative rock, punk, pop punk, like coming into the new millennial. They were sick of all that 90s era music. So, and then when Woodstock 99 came out, you had Linkin Park playing there, you had Korn playing there, like all the big new metal bands played Woodstock 99.
Oh, of course. Such a great documentary.
Oh,
if you've never
so
seen,
good.
If
Oh,
you've
my
never
God.
seen that documentary, and I love a documentary. I love a documentary about music.
I've seen that documentary. It's
What a dumpster fire.
it's fucked up. It's so fucked up.
It's so fucked up.
Oh man.
What a dumpster fire of
Yeah.
a festival. Just so poorly planned, poorly executed.
Yeah.
Did
I'm
people
sorry.
die there? Did people die there, or or were they injured?
People were raped there. People were severely unwell because they didn't have water. All the portaloos were overflowing. It was like seeping into the water, and because they were so hot, they were swimming in that water that had like pretty much shit and piss in it.
That's right.
So everyone got really sick. Heat stroke. A lot of people got heat stroke.
And arson. They set fires.
Yeah, because at the end of the festival, the promoters promised like there was going to be like a massive act at the end, and everyone thought it was going to be like Red Hot Chili Peppers or like Guns N' Roses, like someone big. And Red Hot Chili Peppers came out, and then what they did is they played Jimi Hendrix on a screen as the very last song, and people were like,
what is this shit?
is bullshit. And surprisingly, they played Fire by Jimi Hendrix, and everyone was just like,
Everyone started
"Fuck
setting
this,
fire to all
everything."
of the garbage. And
Yeah.
I did just do a little bit of a Wikipedia deep dive, and it says performances and blame sets by aggressive nu metal acts like Limp Bizkit and Korn
Yeah.
drew heavy criticism. This is my
Yeah.
newsreader voice. You ready?
Yeah, I know, yeah, right.
Drew heavy criticism for fueling crowd aggression, though critics noted systemic corporate negligence played the primary role.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look, Fred Durst and I can't remember the singer from Korn, like
Jonathan
Jonathan in the documentary, he's like, I ate that shit up. Like, I wanted the crowd to go as nuts as they could go. Like, he's like, and Fred Durst was like surfing on like a piece of wood, like crowd surfing on like this piece of wood.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't care. They're there to
Right.
entertain the fans or like the listeners. But at the same time, they just let a whole heap of jocks in.
Yeah,
Just a
they
whole
did.
heap of like meathead jocks.
That's right. It was like a real I don't know, like a congregation of like toxic masculinity. Of,
And I think Sheryl
Yeah.
Crow went on. They're like, "Show us your tits," and she's like, "Oh, what the hell?
Right.
What is this? Like,
what is
seriously?"
this? Yeah, I think some people left, some performers left because
Yeah.
they felt unsafe.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was a lot of price gouging I can see in my little
Yeah.
Wikipedia deep dive.
Because
Like,
they charged for like bottles of water.
yeah.
Like you couldn't bring anything from the outside.
No, and the drinking fountains broke down. You had to
Yeah.
buy the water.
Yeah, yeah.
So, nu metal didn't have a very good name at the end of Woodstock '99. So I think the Incubus boys, with their purity and their catchy tune, might have helped nu metal rise from the ashes.
Yeah, that's right.
The quite literal ashes.
They went. Oh, let's change our our tune there, and let's just do something a little bit more softer and let the other bands
Yeah.
take over that scene.
That's right. Wow. Okay, a little bit of a revisit to Woodstock '99.
Yeah. And like even I know we talk about Woodstock, but like Moby, like
right.
there was like someone like drove a van in the middle of his concert, and then like when they like opened the van, there was like this chick passed out there, and they're like, oh man, like what the hell? Yeah, it was effed up, like yeah.
Wow.
But that was the era. And when I say that was the era, like the 2000, it was a cultural shift. You know, you had like MTV was incredibly powerful, not just with music, but MTV was coming out with like reality shows. So you had like Pimp My Ride and, you know, all of those stupid
And Cribs.
and where it was all jock related, you know, like alpha male related stuff. And like the movies that were coming out, you know, were going through a huge chain. You know, you had like The Matrix, American Beauty, Fight Club, Gladiator, American Psycho, all those type of movies that came out too.
Yeah.
So it was just this massive cultural shift. Then you had
Yeah.
Y2K. You know, everyone thinking that the internet their computers were going to blow up, and
Yeah, the internet was going to shut down. The
Shut
world was
down.
going to shut down. Banking was going to shut down. News
nuclear
media.
missiles were going to go off on their own, and
That's right. So there was a lot of fear, and you know, I think that because if we're thinking about Woodstock '99 and that kind of angry white male era, which is, I think, what underpinned what happened there. I think that angry white male persona is really driven by fear of losing power. So you've got to puff yourself up, and you've got to, you know, I don't know, engage in drinking culture to manage your feelings of fear. And, you know, like, yeah, it was a lot of fear and a lot of anger and a lot of rage during that era. And yep, fear of the world blowing up. Fear of...
that's right.
Yeah.
Fear of, power grids going out, aircraft falling out of the sky, computers blowing up, government systems shutting down. Like, I remember as a teenager, like my old man was like, nothing's going to happen. We're all worrying about nothing. And he literally sat at his computer at midnight when it clicked over from 1999 to 2000. And he was like, see, nothing happened. Nothing went wrong. We're all good. Like, you know. It's just like, oh, all right.
Right, so that was one personal PC.
That's right.
In one small suburb of
That didn't
of
shut down.
Australia.
That didn't shut down, and nothing happened,
didn't
and we were
shut
all
down.
fine the next day. And
What was it called? The
Y2K?
Y2K, the Millennium Bug.
The Millennium Bug, that's
the
right.
Millennium Bug. Yeah.
because they what it was, because they, the computer, I guess, manufacturers or like the geniuses didn't think past 1999. So they're like, oh, we didn't program computers to think what would happen when it hit 2000. Like they just thought, oh, sugar, it's going to 1999, and then it's just going to like malfunction
back
because it doesn't
to-
know what to do.
yeah.
Yeah, like go back to zero almost. So
Yeah, did it not have something to do with the date structure?
the date
That
structure,
that they'd only put 2 digits for the year.
yes.
So, like, 97,
98,
98, 99.
So then I have to
and
go
then
like to 00. Yeah.
Yeah, and going to 0 would reset the whole world, but
That's
it
right.
didn't.
No, we're still here. If anything, it made it worse because internet boom took off. So then you had MySpace and all like social media, smartphones. So they realized, it's actually we can actually use this to our advantage. So,
and now we are stuck in an algorithm of corporate slop that keeps
AI slop.
AI slop and corporate slop that keeps being shoved down our throats. There's nothing original on the internet anymore. Carry on.
The funny thing is I watch videos on like anti-AI on YouTube, and then the ads are AI ads, and I'm like, oh, this is just hilarious. Like the thing that I'm watching to like look out for, don't fall for these AI scams, what to look out for. And then an AI ad pops up like in between the video, like as I'm watching it.
Man,
this is
the
terrible.
irony. What's the world come to? Well, we should be thankful that we survived the millennium bug, and we are in a world that it has come to, because we all thought we were going to die.
Well, that's right.
But here we are, and there was a lot of fear. And I don't know, have you got any more interesting tidbits? Because fear is a nice segue into...
It is a nice segue.
But I mean, I don't want to cut off any more interesting tidbits.
No,
if there are.
No. Let's talk about the band. We haven't really talked about the band much.
Yeah, tell me about the band then, and then I'll go back to fear.
Yes.
They seem like some fearless lads. I mean, if they are kind of... They do seem like some fearless lads, because it seems like they were, I suppose, rejecting a bit of that sort of angry white male era stuff. Like, it seems that they were a bit more... sensitive and rejecting of stereotypical masculinity, right? Like there was no, in this song, there was no, I'm fearless and I'm strong and I can do anything.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It was more like I'm scared, but I'm gonna, just keep moving forward anyway. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say another thing that I noticed with a lot of the new metal bands, they're actually quite multicultural. The artists or the members of the band are actually quite multicultural. Like they're actually not that all white.
That angry white.
Yeah,
they're not like the listeners. The listeners are that angry white male era, but the band members tend to be a little bit more multicultural and culturally influenced. Yeah, okay, tell me more about that. Tell me.
Like you got like Spanish members, like System of a Down, they're Armenian. I believe the drummer of Limp Bizkit was like Spanish or something, or Mexican or something like that. These guys are Spanish as well. You've got...
Are they Hispanic or Spanish?
Sure.
Are they... I don't know, maybe we should... Because Hispanic and Spanish are two different things.
This is true. Well, Jose Pasillas, I don't know. Yeah, that can be either, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could. Let me...
Mike Einziger. That sounds German.
Let me have a look. I'll put the band. Hang on. Just looking up the band. Are they Hispanic? Okay, well, there are some. Drummer Jose is Mexican American.
Oh, Mexican. There you go.
Yeah, frontman Brandon Boyd has some Mexican ancestry.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's those two.
Yeah.
So I think, I'm not sure. See, this is where my ignorance is, and I should have some cultural competence around this. But I'm just going to ask, or maybe state, are Mexicans Hispanic, or do they prefer to be called Hispanic? I'm not sure.
Or Mexican.
Are they Hispanic or Latino?
And look, listeners, the only relation that Australia has with Mexico is Victoria, where we live. We're at the bottom of Australia. So everyone who lives at the top of Australia calls Victorians Mexicans because we're at the bottom of Australia.
I know, and it's so racist, isn't it?
It's so bad. We're not Mexican at all. It's just because we're we're below the other states who think they might be a little bit better than us, but in fact they're not. But anyway.
Right, which is not unlike how America thinks of Mexico,
They're southern friends, yeah.
which is terrible,
Yeah.
and it's terribly racist.
So bad.
That the rest of Australia call Victorians that, but.
Although,
let's
as Victorians,
Yeah.
we're actually no better when we call our even southerner friends incest. So inbreds,
Yes,
so,
inbreds. Yes,
we're no better.
very insulting to call the call the
Tasmanians.
Tasmanians inbred. That's very
That's right.
insulting. But let's understand
Calling
the
the
terms,
kettle black.
right? And that's not okay either. That's not okay. But let's understand the terms. Let's develop some cultural competence. So, if someone's Mexican, that's a nationality or an ancestry tied specifically to the country of Mexico. If they're Hispanic, that's an ethnicity describing anyone from or with heritage in a Spanish-speaking country, including Spain and Latin American nations.
Right.
And if someone is Latino or Latina, it's a geographic term for people from Latin America, which includes Mexico, making most Mexicans both Hispanic and Latino.
Right. Okay.
And then it asked me,
So when I
would
said,
you like
sure.
to know?
I was kind of right.
You
Sure.
were kind of right. You were kind of right. But we're developing our cultural competence, which is a very, I mean, for me, as a therapist, that's very important.
100%.
And of course,
you never know. You might get a Mexican patient come through the door.
Yes,
That's right.
I might. And I might get a Spanish patient, and it would be important for me to know their... I was going to say their pronouns. It's not their pronouns. It's not their pronouns.
Their nationality?
It's their nationality, their ethnicity, and their culture.
That's right. Their pronouns.
Yeah, that and how that differs from others. Because, being at the bottom of Australia, we don't get a lot of Latino or Hispanic or Latino-Hispanic clients or people in our population. I think there is a...
I think there's a big Spanish community in
there is
Australia.
there is a big Spanish, big Portuguese.
Yeah.
There's even Argentinian,
Mm-hmm.
Brazilian,
Big Brazilian,
Venezuelan.
Yeah.
But nobody's presenting to therapy with me. But if they do, I will know that. Some of them are Latino because they're from Latin America, and some of them might be Hispanic because they're from actual Spain or Portugal.
There you go.
I don't even know. I actually don't know if Portuguese people are Hispanic because anyway, we'll forget that. Let's just move on. We're here for Incubus Drive.
So many we're going so many diversions.
So many diversions.
We're not driving
today.
in a straight line today. We're beating off the track.
We are. But I think the important thing is if I can come full circle and bring it back to something, it's that we're seeing with the fellas from Incubus that they are rejecting this angry white man persona, and they are rich in culture. And potentially that richness of culture and that rejection of stereotypical masculine toxicity comes somewhere from their culture. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Or just that they're good humans. I don't know, but they wrote a really catchy tune. and we're here to analyse that. So go on. What else you got to say about it?
Well, I was going to say that, I feel like people who are starting guitar of that era or around that time, this was kind of like the first song that you learnt on acoustic guitar for teenagers who were in the 70s that learnt Smoke on the Water as their first song on guitar. Because it's such an easy chord progression. It's a really simple... It's a simple song to play. But it's at the same time, it's really a really fun song to play. The chords are not basic chords, but they are basic chords. They're not, your typical A chord, for example. It's like an A7 chord. So if you're practicing or if you're learning guitar, you're learning outside your standard A, B, C, D, E, F, G chords. You're adding little nuances to them. So it's a great first song to learn when you're starting out on guitar because if you've learnt the basics, you can now learn like a little bit extra from the basics. So
Right. Okay. So if any of our listeners are wanting to learn guitar, pick this one up.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, pick this one up for your first full song that you can play from start to finish. Right. Okay. So great. Fantastic. Do go on.
Well, I was going to say, how about we get into some
Psychological analysis.
psychological analysis. Let's do it.
Yeah.
These guys, let's talk about the song. And
Let's talk about the song. Okay. Well, I think, we started off with fear, right? And I think that, fear actually forms the basis of this song and what we do with fear. From the research I have garnered, that Brandon Boyd's inspiration came from noticing how fear was behind the wheel. Fear was making his decisions, and fear wasn't just, a pure emotion for Brandon Boyd, apparently. It was more about how fear was managing his life, and it sort of became the CEO of Brandon Boyd. And
it's like the monkey on your back. Did you
exactly?
ever? I'm going to divert. But speaking of
Please
monkey,
do.
did as a kid, did like your grandparents ever say like, "Get that monkey off your back"? I know that's probably more being like cheeky, or pick your lip up off the ground, and I guess that's probably more being sulky. But I feel my grandma used to say like, "Pick your lip up." You know when you used to curl your lip?
Yeah, you used to drop the lip.
The lip. They should say, pick your lip up off the ground, or get that monkey off your back if you're being like cheeky. I wonder if there's like one for fear. If like fear is I wonder if there's like a grandparent out there that'd be like, oh, don't be so fearful or something. I don't know. Like,
I know if there's some kind of
like if there's a pun or like an idiom.
Yeah, an idiom that I don't know, but I'm not sure about your grandmother's use of "get the monkey off your back." Like I can see how, it would be a cheeky monkey, but my idea of getting a monkey off your back is like when you've got something difficult and hard, and you could take some action just to get that monkey off your back.
Nah, because I think it was probably more like the monkey's like riding you, like in control of you.
The monkey's in control of your behaviour.
Kind of like a bit puppeteering from behind.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. So all right. Well, maybe culturally in Victoria, that was a Victorian idiom of monkey on your back.
Aussie idiom.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what the fear on your back would be. Would it be a devil? No, devils seem to be reckless and they take risks. Fear doesn't let us take risks. I don't know. Maybe it could be a frightened monkey. Like holding you back, like clawing you back from things.
Maybe.
I'm not sure, but Brandon saw something in fear, whether it was a monkey on the back or...
Oh, scared stiff? Nah.
Scared stiff. I don't know. And I'd say a rod on your back, but when you build a rod for your own back, you're doing something now that creates more work for you in the future.
Yeah. Shake like a leaf?
Shake like a leaf. It could be,
or
maybe.
Blood running cold. Jump out of your skin.
That's more of a...
That's more of like a reaction.
Like a reactionary fear.
Oh, I just jumped out of my skin.
Yeah, that's a reaction to sort of a stimulus. This is a different kind of fear. This is a fear of the unknown. This is like an fear
anxiety.
A fear of uncertainty. Yeah. And so I think what Brandon noticed was like, there's something driving my life that's not me and my true self. So... I need to work on this because as us therapists know, like psychologically, agency, when we feel like we're in control rather than being controlled by something, is a really strong predictor of well-being. So maybe Brandon thought, I'm not doing so well. What's going on? Why am I pretty low on well-being? Oh, maybe I'm making decisions based on fear, not really my values or my true, authentic self. So, and this is what he talks about, in the opening lyric. He says, sometimes I feel the fear of uncertainty stinging clear. And it's not a direct fear. It's not like a fear of snakes. It's not a fear of flying.
Yeah, it's not like a phobia. It's not a phobia fear.
Phobia fear. It's not a fear of death. Yeah, it's not a phobia. It's a fear of uncertainty, right? Like, as psychologists, we love uncertainty, but people actually hate uncertainty. That's why we love uncertainty, because
I think it's like the fear of living in like the void, the black hole, like where it's just black and silence and nothing.
Yeah, because if you let fear drive you, that's where you'll live, in the black and the silence and the nothing, because you won't take any action.
No.
You'll just stay still. And humans like certainty, right? And that's why some people do stay still, because life is uncertain. And the brain really would prefer bad news over no news. So
This is true.
yeah.
Well, no, I prefer but no news is good news. So wouldn't you prefer no news?
The brain doesn't really think so. Sometimes it really finds uncertainty and things not being clear or having a direction or a guarantee. The brain just finds that really fear inducing.
Okay. Yeah, right.
And what it is, it's like we call it in psychology sort of this sense of an intolerance of uncertainty. And it is, this intolerance of uncertainty is one of the biggest drivers behind a lot of the anxiety disorders. So the generalized anxiety disorder, OCD, health anxiety, relational anxiety, death anxiety, because the brain desperately wants certainty, right? So, when the brain doesn't have certainty, let's just take OCD for an example. When the brain doesn't have certainty, the brain will, have maybe an obsession that is uncertain, like, all my family members are going to die. Yeah, that they are. That is certain. that can be an obsession. That is certain that they will die.
That's right. Yeah. No one lives forever.
No one lives forever. That is certain. But what isn't certain is where, when, how, what that will mean for us. And so, the brain will use compulsions to try to, I suppose, negate or dampen down those obsessive thoughts. And so then it will engage in like compulsions. I don't know, whatever the compulsive ritual is. It could be turning off and on the light switch. It could be hand washing. It could be rearranging cupboards. I don't know, whatever the compulsion is.
Not stepping on cracks on a sidewalk.
Yeah, that's it. And that, but all of that is driven by uncertainty. Health anxiety. Like, it's very uncertain. We don't know when we're going to get sick or...
Nope.
But, and that not knowing hurts our brain. Like, the brain treats that not knowing like danger. It sounds the alarm. So it's like, well, if I don't know everything, then maybe I'm unsafe. So if I don't know everything, then that's really scary. So, it'll turn to unsafe thoughts like maybe I'll fail, maybe they'll leave, maybe I'm making a mistake, maybe everyone secretly hates me. I don't know. The brain just cycles uncertainty in a way like it's danger. It just sounds the alarm in our nervous systems.
Yeah.
So I think. What's his name? Brandon Boyd. Was onto something. He's sort of saying, I don't know. One of the lines is like, whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. So he's sort of saying,
arms and open eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we notice that he doesn't say like everything's going to work out and it's all going to be fine. He's saying, I'll just show up and see what happens.
That's it.
And I will tolerate that. He just promises that he's going to be present for it. And that is a real ability to tolerate uncertainty. Like, I'll just show up tomorrow,
Yeah, that's
and whatever it brings, I'm not going to overestimate the threat of things not being set in stone and uncertain, and I'm not going to underestimate my ability to cope with whatever comes up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And this kind of sits at the seat of like one of the therapies that therapists use, which is called acceptance and commitment therapy. And what acceptance and commitment therapy asks of us is to stop trying to control uncertainty and start to become the kind of person that can tolerate uncertainty. You know, when we do that, we can feel some freedom. The goal isn't to be certain about everything, it's to be cognitively flexible.
Yeah, that's right.
To understand that whatever comes to us, we do have the capability to tolerate and deal with.
And
So,
rationally deal with, yeah.
rationally deal with open arms and open eyes.
That's it.
You know, the open eyes is like awareness and reality. I'm here, I'm grounded, I can see what's actually happening. Instead of catastrophic predictions, instead of catastrophizing absolutely bloody everything,
Yeah.
you know, he's saying, whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there, and with open arms and open eyes, I'll be able to be aware, I'll be able to see things clearly. And I will just take things as it is instead of letting my brain try to control everything and catastrophize, which actually just makes things worse for us. Because when we catastrophize and we have catastrophic thoughts, they can actually trigger our nervous system response and put us into fight-flight mode. Like our very own thoughts can that to us.
You shut down, don't you?
Well, yeah, you can fight, flight, or freeze. We can activate or fawn, which is another
that's
one.
Right. Yeah.
Fawn, where we people please. People pleasing is a lack of tolerance to uncertainty because we're trying to manage the situation. But in managing the situation, we're just creating more work for ourselves, right? So instead of just accepting, actually, people might hate me and there's nothing I can do about it. And that would be okay because I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
That's it.
Our brain tries to frantically manage everybody's impression of us, and it overestimates the threat of somebody not liking us. Mm-hmm. Like, who cares if somebody doesn't like us?
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. No, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, they go home and they're not thinking about you. They're not
thinking about you.
Nah, they couldn't give two shits. What about, they've switched their brain off.
They're not thinking about you.
Where you're at home going, holy shit, they said this and I said this and why didn't I say that and why did I do that? And
that's because then that's it. Our brain starts to get a little bit catastrophic. It starts to get a bit obsessive. Our nervous system gets activated.
Your bowels get activated.
Right?
I don't know about you listeners, but whenever I feel anxious, my bowels are just like, need to go take a shit. It's like, oh man. Really?
AJ, I'm not sure I needed to know that about you.
No, probably. I don't think anyone needed to know that. But it's funny how the brain and your body
and your gut, yes, because what's physiologically happening is that your adrenal glands are releasing cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and when the stress hormone is released, what happens is it like stops our digestion, sometimes makes us evacuate everything that is in our digestive system.
You don't eat.
Out it goes.
You lose lots of weight. It's unhealthy. It's a great way to lose weight if you want to lose weight, but it's unhealthy. It's very unhealthy way.
That's right. So it can evacuate your bowels and it can make you spew up.
Yeah.
And anxiety's awful. And
Sucks.
All because we can't tolerate uncertainty. So, you know.
It's always that what if.
It's the what if.
If what if never existed, I think a lot of people would be all right.
But if we put an addendum to the what if, and that addendum said, what if, okay, but I'm just willing to experience whatever comes, I'm not going to underestimate my ability to cope. That would be psychological flexibility, and there would be much more well-being in that than trying to control everything that you've catastrophized. Yeah. That's deep, man.
Yeah. Whoa, man, that's deep.
That's deep. And you know what? He says,
I feel like I should be
doing...
Whoa, man, that's deep.
Right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, just get a little bit a bit of an altered perception.
Yeah,
get
wow.
into your
it's
deeper
so common,
psyche.
though. It's so common. Like everything that you're saying, I'm just like, holy shit, that's happened.
Yeah, mate.
To me, at least, like at some point in our lives, that's happened to everyone.
Totally. And you know, Incubus are asking us, would you choose like safety and predictability over actually living? That's what he's saying when he says, would you choose water over wine? Safety and predictability, or, you know, wine equals pleasure, risk, excitement, celebration, emotion, life, living, all up in it. Which one are you going to choose? Say, because if you continue to live in fear and not be able to tolerate uncertainty, then what's going to happen is you're not going to like live your life. You're not living your life.
And then you're going to think back and like, oh man, I wasted all those years like sleeping and just trying to avoid and, you know, yeah.
Correct. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like, you know, avoidance is, it's going to keep you locked in a prison, and, you know, you're never going to, you know,
you're not going to get out.
You're not going to get out. You're going to, like, life's going to get really small.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and it does.
Song, yeah.
And it can. It does. Yeah, 100%.
Yep. And the song says, like, expand your life. Don't shrink it. Just tolerate some uncertainty, man. And, you know, it's also speaking about, like, you know, kind of what we call a locus of control, which is like a psychological concept of like, do I believe that life happens to me, or do I believe that life happens through me? So people with an external locus of control are like, my happiness depends on circumstances. My happiness depends on a good relationship with my boss, you know, that I had a good childhood. My happiness depends on my partner. My happiness depends on the economy. My happiness depends on my fucking horoscope.
Yeah, well,
you know?
True. That's just true. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but an internal locus of control says, I don't control anything, but I have the ability to cope with whatever comes my way, and I have the ability to control my response to whatever comes my way. Now, there's a really big difference.
Huge difference.
Yeah. And there's a very famous German, Austrian, I can't remember, psychotherapist who was in a concentration camp during the Holocaust. His name is Viktor Frankl. And he wrote a book called Man's Search for Meaning. And if anyone's like, you know, into particularly, you know, learning more about the Holocaust or what it was like to be in a concentration camp, it's a really good read. But it's a really good read because Viktor Frankl identified the psychological resilience, factors of psychological resilience in people who were able to endure and survive the concentration camps. And basically he found that people who were able to sort of control their response to what was happening around them were, you know, much more resilient and more able to deal with whatever came their way.
Yeah, the chaos,
The chaos. So his theory was like between stimulus and response, there is freedom. There is a choice. The fear doesn't disappear, but choice appears. What I do with the stimulus, how I react, how I tolerate that or how I don't tolerate that. The stimulus being very intolerable to people, those people died quicker. Whereas, this, and of course it was harrowing and the worst thing that's happened in humanity, one of the worst things that has happened in humanity. So of course there was so much suffering, but Viktor Frankl sort of found that people who were able to create meaning in the suffering and help other people. So that was their choice between the stimulus and the response, was to help other people, were the ones that survived longer. And
interesting.
So very interesting. So the fear, when we kind of have choice, the fear doesn't take over. When we have choice, when we can find a choice in the stimulus, we don't get driven by fear. We can tolerate. Yeah. That's. I mean, look, there's a bit more to it than that. I probably didn't explain it, but
I know. I think you explained it quite well.
Yeah. Okay.
In a nutshell. In a nutshell.
But this song is saying, are you going to be the passenger or the driver of your life, right? Most anxious people believe that they're passengers, They'll be like, my anxiety made me do this, my trauma made me do that. They sort of believe that they're the passenger. My thoughts made me do this. Whereas if we can become the driver, we can say, your thoughts are the passengers. They're not the driver. They're just thoughts.
Yeah, that's right.
They're just thoughts. So don't buy into them. You don't have to buy into every thought that you have.
That's right.
Thoughts aren't facts. They're not facts. So, this lack of tolerance to, this intolerance to uncertainty and, anxiety is like, I don't know, like an overly dramatic GPS. It's like in 300 meters...
run off a cliff, you will die.
in 300 meters, everyone will reject you and die. Do you know what? That's just a thought, and you don't have to follow that thought.
No,
you don't
right.
have to follow the GPS.
No.
In 300 meters, you can turn left.
That's right. There's always a fork in the road.
Right.
You can choose to go left or right.
Right? So... I think, let's round it off, right? Like, your thoughts aren't the drivers. Your thoughts are the passenger. When you're the driver, what's behind the wheel? Right?
You,
right?
Your hands, your mind, your
Yeah.
body, your soul. When you're driving, every part of you and your body is working overtime to make sure that you're safe. You're concentrating, like you got to think 3 steps ahead. Oh, that car in front of me is slowing down. Oh, that truck's about to merge. Do I pull back? Do I go a little bit faster to overtake him?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a person behind me that's coming up too close to me. Like, you're always going to be like 3 or 4 steps ahead when you're driving.
You are. And when you can't tolerate uncertainty, what is driving you is fear, shame, anxiety.
Concentration. You can't concentrate.
Yeah, you can't concentrate. But what do you want to drive you? What do you want behind the wheel? You want like you
confidence,
confidence, curiosity, clarity, compassion. You want like love to drive
solidarity. I don't know if that's one of them, but
well, you want solidarity with yourself, right?
That's right.
You can have solidarity with yourself when you go, hey, those anxious thoughts and that, that fear, like that can exist, but I don't have to buy into it.
No.
I can say, thanks, brain. Thanks for trying to keep me safe. But if I listen to you too closely, I'm going to avoid life and the car's going to stay in the garage.
You know who the passenger is?
Who's the passenger?
You're in a child. You got to keep them safe.
You've got to keep them safe.
And they don't know how to drive yet. They can't drive you.
No.
You've got to say,
that's right.
I know where I'm going. I'll get us there safe and sound. You just sit in the back and you just relax. I've got us. That's a beautiful way to finish, because that's how we might relate to it with schema therapy. That's it.
Is that, behind, the passenger is the anxious child, and behind the wheel is the healthy adult that says, I'll take the wheel. The punitive parent might say, you'll screw this up. Right?
Yeah.
And then the detached protector inside of us will say, no, let's avoid it. Let's just not go.
Yeah.
Let's just not go. But the healthy adult will say, thanks, everyone.
I've got this.
I'm behind the whole and I'm driving.
I'll get us there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So they're into the lesson.
What a like, for a song that came out in 2000, what a really
Insightful.
I was going to say like smart. It's such a, probably not smart, but like it's a really intelligent, mentally, psychologically intelligent song for a song that came out in 2000 when there was so much shit going on, and B, there was so much the human race was, mental health like that was not on anyone's forefronted mind.
I know.
At that time.
But Brandon Boyd was saying, I'm not buying into it. He was an observer. And he was saying, wow, this stuff that's going on around me, I see you people.
Yeah, I see you children trying to take control.
I'm not buying into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never thought of this song that deeply.
Well, that's why you got me here, mate.
That's it. Oh, my goodness. Listeners, that was very insightful for this passenger on this journey, that's for sure.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, hey.
Now you know I shit my pants when I get anxious. I get swamp ass when I get anxious.
It's all right. We all love you just the same,
That's
mate.
That's it.
That's right. You're only human after all, and we appreciate your vulnerability. You're not the only one that shits yourself when you're anxious.
That's it.
Yeah, mate. We just got to work on that anxiety. That's what we've got to do.
We have to get that
for less shitting yourself incidents.
We have to get that heart and mind united.
Yeah, mate. That's what we do, and I think Incubus succeeded with that in the year 2000, and so young when they wrote it, so insightful and so young. So, what a tune! All right, well. Thank you for this analysis, AJ.
Thank you. Oh, I've got. Sorry, one more side step. So, a monkey on your back, you're right, means carrying a heavy burden or a hard problem like an addiction. So either my nan didn't have the right analogy, or she thought there was thought that there was something really wrong with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she was Maltese, wasn't she? And English was the second language.
This was my Australian grandmother.
Australian grandma. Well, you know, I mean, maybe she didn't quite have as much education because, you know, it was like the 1940s and 50s, right?
Yeah,
so maybe she and girls weren't really allowed to go past like year 8 at school.
This is true.
So maybe it was a lack of education. Maybe no one ever corrected her on it. It doesn't matter. She was still.
She did work in education, so I don't know.
I don't know, but she was still guiding you and trying to correct your behaviour with love and care,
making sure I wasn't so cheeky with that monkey on my back.
That's right. God.
Not carrying a heavy burden or an addiction.
Yes.
Definitely not, Nan.
Yeah,
definitely not at a childhood age, no.
No. All right, AJ, well, shall we sign off there?
We shall. Let's sign off.
All right, until next time, I'll see you back on the couch.
I'll see you around like a whistle.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Sitting down, we're talking out, breaking it down, talks on the couch. Music and minds will figure it out, laughing and learning what it's all about. On the couch.
Thanks for tuning in to Songs on the Couch. We hope you enjoyed putting today's song under the microscope with us.
And hey, the conversation doesn't have to end here. Join us over on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search Songs on the Couch, where we're sharing behind-the-scene clips, more fun music insights, and of course, chatting with you all.
And if you're an artist, musician, psychologist, counsellor, psychotherapist, or you know someone who'd love to sit on the couch with us, have your management reach out. We'd love to hear from you at hello@songsonthecouch.com.
Follow us, subscribe, and let's keep rocking out together. Catch you next time on Songs on the Couch.